Já, hjartanlega velkomin í nýjasta þátt af hlaðarpinu úr Byrgis-studíó. Það auðvitað Bello sem færi þér hlaðarpið og minnum á bara að kaupa, bara hvetjum alla að kaupa Bello. Það mikill varaþurrkur í gangi núna og ég sjálfur mikið að nota það eftir að hafa komið heim úr útlöndum, þá úr mikilli sól og það auðvitað bara loftslagsbreytingar í gangi og allt þetta og bara mælum að kaupa Bello. En hingað til mínu komin gestur, fyrirlið yfir, and I'm gonna switch to English, although I think he might understand me, my Icelandic. Marc McAusland, are you good?
Yeah, I'm good, mate.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me.
How are you doing? Just EPF finished, 6 games finished. Just start. We will get to the season later, but just how do you feel like yourself now and with the squad?
Yeah, I think a little bit better after the last game against EPF. Thought it was a good performance and a good point. After the game against Rotter, we had to have a good reaction, and I think we done that. So yeah, just looking forward to Njárvík game now.
Yeah, I agree. I think it was a good game, but we'll go into that a bit later on. So I'm just gonna start with with your career, like the beginning of your career. Can you tell me the beginning of your career back in Scotland? You obviously played your first matches with St. Mirren, right?
Yeah. I played my first professional match on loan with a club called Stranraer. I went on loan when I was 17.
Okay.
And played one game there.
Yeah.
But properly I played with St. Mirren. Yeah, I made my debut in 2007 now, I think it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With St. Mirren.
With St. Mirren, yeah. And I left school when I was 16 and went professional.
Okay.
From there.
Yeah. And you won you won the cup. When was that?
Yeah, 2013.
That was so that was a bit later on.
Yeah.
But the early stages of your career with St. Mirren, were you so you were 16 when you got the first game?
17.
17 when you got the first game. Were you given a big role
No. I was just playing a bit part, so I was not starting. I was coming off the bench, and I'd done that for a few years. But then I got offered another 2-year contract. At that stage, I think I was 19. And I left. I wanted to play regularly, and I wasn't doing that at St. Mirren, so I went to Queen of the South, who were in the Championship.
Are they they're not in the Premiership now?
No, they're in League One now, I think. But at that time we were in the Championship.
Yeah, and
so
you played 25 games there.
Yeah, so the level down from the top league. I signed a 2-year contract there. Played that season. Played I think 30 games in total. I think 25 games in the league, something like that.
Yeah, and with cups.
Yeah. And then St. Mirren actually bought me back.
After one season?
After one season.
Oh, okay. Do you know how much?
I don't know.
No.
I don't know. It was undisclosed or whatever.
Oh, okay.
It might have just been compensation. I don't know how it worked.
Yeah.
But a new manager came in at St. Mirren and he signed me back. And after that, I came in and I played regularly for 5 years.
Is that someone who we know, the manager?
A guy called Danny Lennon.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if what he's doing now. He brought me back and gave me a chance.
And you went there back and you played 154 league games with St. Mirren. What's in 5 years, was it?
Yeah, 5 seasons.
Yeah, 2010 to 2015. So you played. Then you were going back to the St. Mirren and the Premiership after a one league spell in Championship.
Yeah.
But now going back to St. Mirren, then you must have been given a big role and you played 154 games in 5 seasons there, league games.
Yeah, I played regularly. I played more or less every time. If I wasn't injured or suspended or something, I'd play most games. I think I made 184 or 85 appearances in total.
Okay.
Yeah, with cups and stuff. So that's quite a lot of games within 5 years, and I was enjoying it and I was playing well, and it was good.
Did you play against or against any big players?
Yeah, I mean, in my team, John McGinn, who's now the captain of Aston Villa.
He was in St. Mirren?
Yeah, he was in St. Mirren with me.
Did you saw I recognise in the early right then that he was going to be something?
Yeah, he was a good player, but I would never say he would be the captain of Aston Villa and the captain of Scotland. Also had a player called Kenny McLean, who's the captain of Norwich now. He played in the Premier League with Norwich. And Aaron Moy, who played for Brighton.
The Australian.
Australian boy. He was in my team as well.
Okay.
Paul Dummett, who played for Newcastle in the Premier League. So 4 or 5 players who have played in the Premier League in England who have went on to the highest level.
Yeah, who was in your team?
Yeah, I would say at that point probably Kenny McLean was the best, who I thought had the most potential.
Okay.
But obviously I would say John and Aaron Moy have maybe went on to have the best careers out of them all.
Yeah, but like then was Rangers, did they have their problem there? Like
yeah, they one, I think it was 2012, 2013. They got demoted to the fourth league.
Yeah. So
I'd played one full season while they were still at the highest.
So went to Ibro and
I went to Ibrox 4, 5, 6 times.
How was like Celtic and Rangers in that time?
Yeah, they were good obviously, but the best we managed to get against Rangers was a 1-1 draw at Ibrox. Played in that game. But Celtic were obviously a dominant force and they won everything really, while Rangers were demoted. But we played Celtic in the semi-final of the League Cup that we won. Beat them 3-2, and that was the only time I managed to beat Celtic. Yeah,
but with like those teams, I mean, when you take a look at you see like in Germany you have Bayern just dominating, you have Real Madrid and Barcelona, and Spain, now you have City. But why do you think like Celtic and Rangers have like just dominated?
Just because of the fan base they have. Yeah, they
just are the biggest.
60,000 and 47,000 seater stadiums that they fill out every week, no matter who they're playing.
Yeah.
So they're just. I wouldn't just say in Scotland. I would say in Britain they've got up there with the top 5 fan bases. Yeah. Maybe even in the world. Like they're everyone knows who they are.
And they're always like professional players, like from England, like who are retired now of many games with England. They say like if there were one derby they wanted to play in was the
the Old Firm, and I mean the atmosphere is incredible. I've been to a couple of games, Old Firm games, and it's just different. It's a different level.
Is that like the biggest games you have played? Like when you played against full?
Yeah, probably. I played in the first game of the season against Celtic when they won the league, so they were like unrolling the flag, and it was a full house, 60,000. I played in a game like that, and I played against Celtic at Hampden in front of 55,000 there as well, and we won. So they're by far the biggest games I've played in.
But like now, okay, so and you played the 5 years, and as you said before, you won the cup in 2013.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like I've not taken a look at the cup run or anything like. But can you tell us anything about that winning? We're playing at what stadium is the final?
Hampden.
You played against Hampden.
Yeah, we played the semi-final and the final at Hampden.
Okay. So it's like FA Cup in the.
But we had a tough run. I mean we beat Ayr United, who were like a club that were lower than us. Okay. Hamilton Accies, who were a club that were lower than us, and then we played Aberdeen in the quarterfinals at Aberdeen. Yeah. We drew 2 each. It went to extra time and then went to penalties, and we won in penalties. I think I hit the third or fourth penalty.
Oh, you took a penalty?
Yeah, took one. Scored, and then we played Celtic in the semi-final, and no one really gave us a chance, but we beat them 3-2. We were 3-1 up, and then they scored later on, and then we beat Hearts in the final, and we won 3-2. So it was a really good run, and that's.
So in the final you got Hearts.
Hearts, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So they were maybe third best team. Yeah. So we more or less played the top 3 teams in Scotland at that time.
Is that like Hearts? Is that the derby of St Mirren? Or do you have like
Hearts is the derby of Hibs, which is in Edinburgh. Yeah. The St Mirren's derby is Greenock Morton, which is like 10 kilometres down the road from Paisley.
Well, where is St Mirren in Scotland? It's like
Paisley. So it's like around 7 kilometres from Glasgow. Yeah, okay. So where Glasgow Airport is Paisley. So you fly into Paisley. Yeah, okay. It's called Glasgow because
and you're from there.
I'm from Paisley. Yeah.
So you won the cup there, and you played in the cup final.
I played every minute of every round. In the cup.
That must have been special.
Yeah, winning of course. The cup. I've been a home boy, and to play for my hometown team, and a team that I had supported all my years. I was a ball boy there. I started as a ball boy, and I left school to go and play for the club, and all my family were St Mirren fans, and I had lots of friends. I have lots of friends who are St Mirren fans, and it was special just to be able to say that I've won a national trophy with my hometown club. Yeah,
that's probably the biggest like achievement.
Yeah, that's by far the biggest achievement in my career. And I personally I won't do anything else in my football career. I don't know if what will happen with my coaching career.
No.
That's still to come. But yeah, by far
It'd be hard to top it.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, it was a special time.
Yeah, it's like any like game, story, goal, accidents, something that happened in those 5 years or in your times that in the Scottish Premiership that's stamped out after these years, or like stories, or
I scored 2 goals in one game.
Yeah.
But we never won the game. We drew 3 each with Hibs, Hibernian at Easter Road. So
you scored 5 goals in those 104 league games.
Yeah, and 2 in the one game against Hibs.
Okay.
2 headers, and we drew 3-3 against Hibs at Easter Road.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you know boy Lee Griffiths. He went on to play for Wolves and Celtic and stuff.
It's right.
Small guy, yeah. He scored 2 as well that day. So
yeah,
that was probably something that I remember. But obviously the highlight of my career there was to win the cup.
Is the name of the cup? Is that just the FA Cup?
The League Cup.
The League Cup. Yeah. Yeah, so you played with in the semi-final and the final at Hampton.
Yeah.
The full stadium and.
Yeah, full stadium for the Celtic game, and then the Hearts game was, I think, around 40-something thousand.
Yeah, and also winning like Celtic in it.
Yeah, Aberdeen, Celtic, and Hearts.
Yeah,
it's the top.
That's
3.
no easy game.
No, it's the top 3 clubs in the country at that
time.
time, because Rangers were down a bit.
Yeah, and you watch St Mirren today, or like?
Yeah, I always look for the scores, and this year is the first time they qualify for Europe.
Yeah, so I was before I saw like I was checking the latest year, and they're just going up. Like
yeah, I think they finished 5th this year, so it's the first time they've finished in Europe for a lot of years, since the 1980s or something. So
when were you, like in the league table at your time?
We finished 8th. Was the highest. We finished 8th.
And we were like battling for relegation. You went down.
Yeah, we went down.
And
the year I left. Yeah. I left the year we went down.
Yeah.
So it was 2015, 2016. We get relegated that year.
Yeah.
And I left.
You went to.
I wanted a change.
Yeah.
I needed to do something different. I'd been playing in the same teams and the same
hundreds of games.
Yeah, it was just the same format for 5 years, and I needed a change. I wanted to do something different. I went down to England on trial. I got offered a contract to Oldham, who were in League One at the time, but the money that they were offering me wasn't good enough, so I didn't go there. I nearly went to India. A Scottish manager asked me to go there.
In what, sorry?
India,
yeah.
Yeah, it was for really good contract, really good money.
Yeah.
I nearly went there, and I nearly went to Baník Ostrava, a team in Czech Republic, but they went into liquidation, so they went bust.
Okay.
So, and now they've changed their name to just Ostrava. I nearly went there, but I was kind of in limbo with nothing really happening at that point, and I kind of wanted to go abroad. I wanted to do something different, but everything that I was looking at doing didn't happen. And then I signed for Dunfermline, just to play games.
Yeah.
And I went there because I had one of my captains at St Mirren had the job there, and he asked me to go. And I went there, signed a contract, but I had a release clause where I could leave in January if I wanted to. So I played half of the season, and it was good. It was a league down from where I'd been playing at, but we never lost a game. We were undefeated, and Dunfermline went on to win the league that year. But I left in February, and I came to Iceland.
I was like, before going to Iceland, what was the like difference playing Dunfermline with Athletic than playing in St Mirren?
Just the level was different. I found it a lot easier.
But do you feel like you were the better players and like
I was like
coming from the Premiership.
Yeah, coming from the highest level in Scotland, like I could tell that it was a different standard, different level, and it was easier to. No disrespect to the league at that time, it was easier. It wasn't playing against players like Van Dijk or Wanyama and stuff like that. These kind of top world class players. There wasn't obviously nothing like that.
You played against them against some like Van Dijk and Wanyama.
Yeah, I played against them many times.
But like okay, then going to Iceland, you said you left in February. What was like the step from like Scotland to Iceland? What
I just my agent at the time knew that I wanted to go away, and I told him if something comes up then I want to look at it. So I got a phone call from Todd Ollison, who was at the Keflavík manager, who's now the head of.
Þorvaldur Örlygsson.
And he just called me.
He knew you or like?
No, I didn't know him. I had also had an offer from a Slovenian club called Domžale.
Okay.
So I was between
going west or east.
Yeah. And Toddy called me and just kind of sold it to me.
Yeah.
And he said like, look, I'm not asking you to come. I'm just asking you to come and have a look at it and see if you like it. Like, I know with your ability that you'll be able to play here, but I want you to come for the weekend. I come for a few days and just check it out and see if you like it. So I came, and this was in February, so the weather wasn't great. It was snowing, but I just liked the setup at Keflavík, and it was.
So he was the manager there, Toddy?
He was a manager there, yeah, when I came in. I liked him, and I liked what he stood for, and he was very straight, like no bullshit, just a straight guy, and I liked it and respected it, and I just kind of wanted a way in to do something different, and that was very different from what I'd been used to, and yeah, it was good. So, and I'm still here after 8 years.
And do you know, in like, you know, obviously now you know, like basically the most of the players you played against or played with, but before you went to Iceland, did you know any players like?
No, I knew Stevie Lennon was here.
Yeah,
I'd played against Stevie when we were younger.
Yeah,
he played for Rangers, and we're both born 88. So
do you contact him and like?
Yeah, I still speak to him. Play golf with him and stuff. So I knew Lenny, but I never I didn't know him that well. I didn't contact him. I contacted him when I got to Iceland. Yeah. But before it, I didn't really know anything about Icelandic football, or what the level was like, or who the best teams were. Really, I was a bit blind to it. But you soon kind of get to know what's going on and how it works and who the teams are, and after you're here.
Yeah, and you went to Keflavík in 2016. Like, how was like the first years in Iceland? Like, I read some interview with you that you liked to go fishing, like fly fishing. Yeah. Is that you once had a big hobby of?
Yeah. Before I came over here, I used to go fishing often.
In Scotland.
Yeah, but it was different fishing. It was mostly pike fishing, which is
what's that?
It's a kind of fish. It's
okay.
like a predator fish. So it's very big, and you find it in fresh water, mostly in fresh waters. So I had never been fly fishing. This was just
Scotland and Iceland is like it isn't a like big difference.
No,
like
it's quite similar with a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And I went salmon fishing or fishing for lax for the first few years before I had kids and stuff like that, and I had time. And I played golf a lot as well, and still do that. Yeah. So
not fishing anymore.
No, I've not been fishing for a few years now.
I have to take it then.
I would like to get back into it, but just once you have kids and you don't have the same amount of time as you did, so
prioritizing other things. Before.
Yeah, but so I had the same interests in Scotland as I do here, and it suited me, the lifestyle. I liked it.
Yeah, but like the first season in Keflavík, you obviously stayed for Keflavík, and how long it was?
3.
Yeah, 2016, 2019. Like, you went down with Keflavík?
I went up with Keflavík.
You went up with Keflavík,
and then went down with Keflavík.
And you came when we were in Castle. Yeah. So you played against Yfir. Yeah. Twice. Yeah, we went over it with Jói. It was one scandalous game in Keflavík when you won 3-2. You probably don't remember it. No, it was miles offside when you scored the winner in the 3-2. But I can show you after that. Okay. But so like the first times in Keflavík, just how did do you play the first game? It was like, do you shock you the level, or it was like as you expected, or the players with you, or
the thing that I was maybe not shocked is the right word, but maybe different. The difference maybe was the level of professionalism. Yeah, it wasn't as professional as where I've been. Yeah. There was a lot of things that I felt could be better. Could have got better, and it wasn't down to not having the facilities or not having the equipment or whatever you want to
conditions, or
maybe just down to laziness or just people not caring enough. And I understand that, because in Scotland, where I've came from, football is number one for a lot of people. It's life, but here it's not. It's like There's a lot of other things come before the football.
It's a hobby.
It's more a hobby and it's not as professional, and I get that. I get it. But I was just not used to it. If you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But obviously I adapted and didn't find it that big a problem.
No.
But it was something that was different for me.
When you moved here, you just lived in Keflavík.
Yep.
You still live in the Reykjanes part.
I still live in Keflavík.
In Keflavík. Same house or like?
No. When I first came over, the club supplied me with a house.
Got you an apartment and
bought a house now
and then you have kids now with in Iceland, and you live in Iceland as well.
Yep.
Like, why have you always played for teams there? Why is the IR the first team in Iceland? Because you've been here for what? It's 10 years next year.
8 years. It's been 8 years. It'll be 9 years, coming up for 9 years. I don't know.
Just like happened like.
I mean, it wasn't intentional. I just obviously I came first to Keflavík, and I found it different. Like, obviously the population at Reykjanes was like, the town that I came from was 3 times the size of that, and obviously living close to Glasgow as well, was 1 million people there, so it was different, but I quite liked it. Everything was in close vicinity, and it was kind of cozy, and I don't know why I had offers actually to go to other teams
in Iceland.
But I felt comfortable where I was in Keflavík, and I was on a good salary, and I was on a good contract, and I didn't want to leave Keflavík at the time, but when we went down, when we got relegated, they were having financial troubles and problems financially that kind of pushed my hand, that I had to go. And Grindavik were the first club that came to me, and I was still able to stay in the same place and
be with
drive to Keflavík. Drive to Grindavik was 20 minutes, and it was comfortable. And then when I left Grindavik, Njarðvík came to me, and at that point I had just had a son, and it was a very close vicinity, 5 minutes from where I was living, my house was, and they offered me a very good contract, and I was having to drop 2 divisions, like from Byrgis-studíó to annars, but the contract for me at the time was worth it, and I had just had a young family, and things were good, and that's why I decided to go there.
You played with like some faces you're working with now. You played with Jói and Axel as well in Keflavík. Were you like good mates with him?
I mean, the first year I came to Keflavík, Jói was coming to the end of his career, and Axel was there. He was the left back, and I was centre back. So I played.
Left back.
Axel played left back.
Yeah, Jói or you?
No, Axel.
Axel is like Jói.
No. Axel played left back, and I was centre back, and.
With his amazing left foot,
and Jói was midfield. But I remember Jói differently to do now. Jói was very opinionated at that time, and he, which he still is, but just in a different manner. He was obviously a player, and someone who had a really good career, and someone I looked up to, and I'm still really good friends with Jói now. And that was a big decision for me coming to here.
It was
with
like
these 2 guys that I knew and I'd worked with, and that was a big plus point to join here.
We went with, you were near Keflavík till 2000, and you went to Grindavík to play in the 2019 season. You played, then they were in the Pepsi-deildin. And you played every game. I played every game. I think I played every minute that season. And we had. Who was the manager? Tufa.
Very
defensive.
Very defensive, which suited me, and I think that's why I had a good season that year. But we went down again. But we went down with the least goals conceded ever.
I remember it, because it was like you had the fantastic defense. But you didn't score.
No, we couldn't score. We really struggled to score. And I think we had the second least goals conceded in the league, behind Cower, who won the league. It was strange for us to go down, and you look at it's positive from where you are as a defender, but
couldn't do anything.
We couldn't do anything more. And I mean, I really enjoyed my time working with Tuva, and
it's looking what's going on in Grindavík right now. It's like, because you played there for almost a year. Is like you still have like friends and stuff like that.
Yeah, I played with a lot of the guys who live in Grindavik, and some of the board members are still there, and it's sad for what's going on. And you wish them all the best, but you kind of move on. And I mean, I still speak to these guys, and which is sad for them. Of course it is. But it would just be the same if it was anyone else. It was a horrible situation to be in, and just hopefully things can start to get better there.
And also then you go to Njarðvík, as you said, like to another deildin, and you get promoted 2021 when you win the league with us in the league as well. But like before we go maybe a little bit into Njarðvík, it's like every club that you've been in Iceland except Grindavík, you have been the captain. Yeah, it's like just you have like do you know why it is, or is it like just like leadership, like it's you want to like?
No, I think it's just my voice. I'm not scared to talk. No. And in Iceland, there's many players don't talk, don't like to talk, or are shy or are feminine.
We need to like hear something.
And I'm just used to it. I just learned it quite early in my career that for me to be the best person I can, I have to talk, and I have to speak to the players in front of me. If I speak to the players in front of me, it makes my job easier. And it's something I'm not scared to do, and something I'm used to doing. And I'm a coach now with a younger flocker, and I understand the game now. And I think as you get older, you understand it much better. And it makes it easier if you're able to talk and tell people where to go and where they should be. And I think that's a big part of why I've been captain at most clubs. I was also captain at Sumir and captain at Dunfermline when I played there. So I think it's just something in my build up and my set, my character, and I would say that I'm a good leader and able to help players on and off the pitch. I'm not scared to speak my mind and fight for the players and fight for the team, and I would say,
like when I get players in like when I get Jói and when I get Árni who have played or playing or like with Ír, I always also take a look at the games against Ír. You have like good, like, and now in Njarðvík you have like good games against Ír, and you also have bad games against Ír, like memories. It was in 2020 when the COVID season was off. You lost against Ír like in the final minutes, when it was like I think it was like when you were so close getting promoted. And then in 2021, year later, you got promoted. And I think you won the League Cup in the final.
I remember. I don't remember exactly the game. The only the main memory I have of being against Ír was not really the game, but what the coach done against me, what Arnar has done against me. That's the main.
And that was the 2021 season. Now, who was that after thing then?
It was
2019, 2018 or something.
I don't know. I think it was we get promoted.
What was it when he was at Njarðvík?
He was just joining here, and I was at Njarðvík. And he sent a video to the KSI about me.
So it was 2020.
I'm not sure. That was the main memory I have of.
What was that like?
That I elbowed someone during the game, and the ref never seen it, and nothing happened. And Arnar,
another club,
Arnar was the coach of Ír, and we were playing Ír in 2 weeks or something, and he sent a video to the KSI of me doing that, and I got banned for 2 games.
You missed the game against Arnar.
Something like that. I got banned for 2 games.
But what was it like? I don't know how much you want to talk about the last season. It was like strange in every way. Against Njarðvík. It was like strange with your history, like when you said when he came. Like, I mean, want to talk about
I'm not one to hold grudges, but I called Arnar and just said, look, I mean, I wasn't happy with the appointment. I thought it was the wrong appointment for the club because I'd heard about him and I heard how difficult he was to work with. But I mean, I didn't show that. I phoned Arnar and as soon as I heard he had been appointed, I called him and said, look, hey, I know we have history, I know we have a past, but for me that's behind me. and I'll do my best to play as good as best I can for you and help you. And we both want the same goal, which is to do as well as possible for the club. So I'm not going to hold this against you, I'm forgetting about it, and let's take the step forward together. And yeah, he was fine with that.
But still, in the first half of the season, like when he was the manager, you still left like in the cold for some games.
Yeah, and I think that's personal. I think that was a personal reason. Yeah, I think a lot of what happened after that showed that it was personal. We were playing a kind of formation that was a high pressing formation and tactics that the boys weren't getting, and we weren't getting success from it. So I thought it was quite difficult for us, and I asked them if we could change it to a more defensive press and a lower press, because I thought it would be harder for teams to break us down.
Getting results like more important.
And to stay in the league.
Yeah.
And
you were bottom when he was sacked. I remember it was a game I took in Thorlagsöfn.
Yeah. And he with the game we lost 7-2 against Afturhalding. After that game.
In Moselsberg,
Yeah, after that game I said, look, I think we should do something. Like, this is not working, and I said I think we should change, and I had asked him before that, and he ignored it, and then we played Leiknir in Breiðholt and we lost 3-0
after getting a red card. And
keeper got red carded after 30 minutes. We were 1-0 at half time, and I thought we should have dropped into a defensive block. We had 10 men and try and nick a goal and try and keep it tight and try and steal a goal and take a draw. But he wanted to keep doing a high press and keep pressing even when we were a man down, and I didn't agree with it at the time, but I just accepted it, and we lost the game 3-0. And after that I said, look, I don't know what the thinking was there. Maybe I think we should have changed it and been in a low press and tried to be more defensive and nick a goal. And I said, I think we should try and change it going forward for the next game. And he said, yeah, I agree with you, we're going to change it, and we're going to change personnel and we're going to change tactics. And I said, okay, great, I think it's good for us. And he said, then the change of personnel is you're going to be taken out. And I didn't agree with it at the time, and I said, why are you taking me out? Like, and he said he blamed us losing 3-0 on me. Okay. And I just totally disagreed with it. I watched the game back after he said that. I watched the game back, and I still totally disagreed with him. But I accepted it as a professional and got on with it. I mean, I wasn't happy about it. I was pissed off and I was angry about it, and I let him know I was annoyed about it. And we had a training session, and then we had the game. And in the training session before the game, like I let him know that I was annoyed about it. Yeah, you also talked about it also before, the games you were left on. Okay. And I can't remember who we played, but I was on the bench. It was Akranes. We were supposed to go to ER, and I was. I remember that game, and you played super defensively. Yeah. And I remember we lost, I think, 2-1 or something like that. Yeah. But I wasn't in the squad, and I was supposed to be on the bench, but I trained, and I just left after training. Like, I wasn't joking and laughing around the clavier that like I usually am, being the big character that I usually am. So, I just got a shower after training and left because I was pissed off and angry of the situation. And I got a phone call or a text message, should I say, on the night before the game. Say the game was on Saturday. After training. I got a text on the Friday to say that he didn't think I was in the right mindset, on the right frame of mind, and he thought it would be negative for me to be on the bench and with the group because of this training session. Because you didn't stay after the game and after training and for dinner we usually have food, and I didn't stay for food. I just left. And that's the reason you got, like, why you didn't. So then he said that it's because I wasn't in the right frame of mind or something, and I was going to be negative for it, but I would never be I would never do that. No. So I said, look, I disagree again with what you're doing here, but it's up to you, no problem. If that's what you want to do. But I'm sure the boys won't be happy about that if I'm not going to be involved, but it is what it is. And I went to the game, and I just sat in the stand myself, and watched it. But did, like, because
I don't know why I remember it so much, but because I just like I watched I think and listened to like podcast talking about the Lengjudeildin in last season. I just remember so many games. I remember this game especially because this was going on with you. Like, why is he not in the squad? Why is he? I was on the bench, not starting.
Yeah.
But they were talking about like this is a game that suits McAusland so well. Just lying down, heading the ball, tackling. Yeah,
and I told him this. I said, look, now you're playing to my strengths with this low press. This is how I play. This is how I've played most of my career.
Like
this
you
is,
told him.
I told him. I said, look, there's probably no one better in this league than me at doing this.
Yeah.
But and I said, and now you decide to take me out of the team. I would understand more if you decided to take me out of the team while we were doing a high press.
No.
And I would understand more because it's not, especially my game. But now you've decided to have a low press and a low block and be defensive, and you take me out. I don't get it. So that's why I thought it was personal.
Yeah, it was that game you saw. It was like it wasn't tactical or anything like that.
I thought it was personal. Yeah. So then he left me out the team for the next, I don't know what it was, 4 or 5 games or whatever. And then we played Ægir.
Yeah, I took the.
Yeah, and that was like a do or die game. I felt because I had told the club I'm leaving. I'm going to leave.
Yeah. I heard that.
Yeah, if he doesn't leave, then I'm going to leave.
Yeah.
I want to leave. And the window, we played on a Sunday, I think it was, and the transfer window opened on
in the week. I remember
the Monday or something.
Ægir was signing players and
and so I had told the club that come Monday I'm leaving. If he's still here, I want to leave, and they said okay. So then we lost the game 1-0.
Not playing good.
No, playing poor.
Yeah. Really?
And I was on the bench.
Yeah.
And then he got sacked on the Sunday night.
Yeah, the same night. Yeah.
Yeah. And I sent him a message and said, look, Arnar, I know he didn't get on. I know how things weren't great between us, and our relationship was strained towards the end.
Mm-hmm.
But I wish you all the best, like going forward. And I've learned some things off you. For me to take forward in my coaching career after, and he didn't reply. He didn't text me back.
Really?
So then that's 100%. It was a personal thing against me.
Yeah. Yeah.
But no bother, no problem. Like people are like that, and I mean, I was trying to build the bridge and wish him all the best. And if he's not going to accept that, and that's no problem for me.
Yeah. But it was also we talked about the Leiknir game. Where the goalkeeper got a red card.
Yeah.
It was also a game that many people talked about at Ísafjörður against Vestri.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk anything about that? Or?
For other reasons, I know what.
Well, you also got a red card, but there was other thing that happened.
No problem. I mean, I asked the referee I asked the linesman. There was an injury on the field.
Yeah.
And
a break and play.
Yeah. So everyone was stopped, and I asked the linesman. There was like a fence, where no one could see, and I needed a pee, and the linesman said no, I couldn't leave the field. So I asked one of the boys to stand in front of me, and I went down like in a stretching position. So
you had to pee, and you asked the assistant referee if you could go
off and take a piss where
no one would see you,
whether someone was injured. Well, nothing was going on, and someone was getting treatment, and he said no.
Why? Is it like just
I don't know. He just said no, and I wasn't sure if it was illegal or not or whatever. Yeah. But I had to pee, and I just took the matter into my own hands. And
you were also playing in white shirts,
It
just happened. Yeah, like
it
was like it was.
But for me, I didn't think it was a drama. I was like, no one's gonna notice.
Yeah.
And I don't think anyone would have noticed it. Unless David Smári hadn't shouted like at the top of his lungs.
Were you stressed?
Like, I wasn't stressed. I didn't care.
No, you just went back out like let's go.
Just keep going. I didn't care. But for me, like the strangest thing in that game wasn't me taking. I mean, maybe it was me taking.
I was just gonna say that.
But it was what Robert Blackalla done. Where he caught the ball like
it was the strangest game of the season.
25 meters outside his own box, and that thought that was the most strange.
Yeah. Because I also, if you go to Lengjudeildin, because they are always broadcasting the games there.
Yeah.
And if you go to the most popular live streams, this game has like, I don't know, what was it, 50,000, 20,000 views.
Yeah.
Because it was like those two things happened in the same half.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It was
yeah.
it was fantastic.
Yeah, it was an interesting game for the neutral.
Yeah. But okay, then when they changed managers, Gunnar Heiðar, you know, we have Njarðvík and we will talk about Njarðvík in a couple of minutes because we have them in the next game now and they're doing well now in the league. But Gunnar comes in, and suddenly, I mean, I didn't go to many Njarðvík games, but I just felt like
they changed.
They were free or something. Like Rafael Victor, he was like the best player in the world. And
I think whoever came in, I think if you came in and managed the team, there would have been a reaction.
Yeah, I
because
hope so,
because the players just weren't reacting to what Arsenal was trying to do, and they I mean, maybe not all of them, but a lot of the players' heads had gone and didn't believe in them, and didn't believe what we were doing.
And Gunnar Heiðar, he had a chat with you, or like.
Yeah, I mean, I knew Gunnar. I'd done my A license with Gunnar.
Yeah, okay.
So I had
from the coaching.
Yeah, from the coaching, and I knew him. So, he asked me like my opinion on what I thought, and I just said, look, we just need to enjoy football again and have fun.
Yeah. So he asked you like as a
senior player and the captain, like
what's going on and why.
Is there anything you can give me advice with? And I just told him like we need to have fun again. Yeah. And we're not far away. Like we have good players. Yeah. We should be able to pull ourselves out of the situation. But I just knew whoever was going to take it was going to get a reaction, and it was going to be a change, and it was going to be better than where we had been for the majority of the season.
And also because we're going to go into year after soon. But other like manager you had who is like always in the one of the most famous podcasts in the Icelandic football now. It was Mikill. He always talks very highly of you. Yeah. You must have enjoying playing.
I mean, he's a great guy. Yeah. A really good guy. I had good fun with him.
Is he a better man management like than maybe like tactical or anything like that?
Yeah, he's a good guy. Yeah, different, better man manager, and if things are going well, he's very, very good. Yeah. And I enjoyed working with him because I had a lot to do. Like I enjoyed taking the trainings because I was player coaches at that point, and he gave me a lot of freedom to take the training and take the coaching, which I enjoyed. Well, I was just on the ladder of my coaching career and just starting, and I really enjoyed it. Like because he has had a lot of freedom to do my own things, and if I thought something could help us and benefit us, and I had the freedom to do it. And just going back to Arnar Hals, like he was a very good coach. Yeah, very good coach.
Yeah, I've heard that.
Done a lot of really good things.
But
his man management was terrible, and that's the thing that let him down at the end of the day. Yeah. But as a coach, he was very, very good. Yeah.
And now when you in the end of the season, you know you said you talked to the board, and I also heard that you like wanted to leave when the transfer, because you knew the transfer window was opening. And I was always like, in a year in the second, in the annar deild, Chico got injured till the end of the season. I was like, just get McAusland. When you get promoted. But like in the end of the season, you went to ER, left Njarðvík, which is the contract expired, right?
Yeah, well, I mean,
but did you always knew that you were gonna leave Njarðvík?
No, I didn't know.
You're just exploring the options. And
yeah, I mean, it was a bit. It left a bit of a sour taste in my mouth, the way things happened with Njarðvík. Yeah. I was out of contract, and being the most senior player and being the captain, I would expect the club to speak to me first and just tell me straight if they want me to stay on, or what capacity they would want me to stay on. And I was a coach in Njarðvík, I coached the kids as well, but that wasn't the case. They left me hanging for a long time, and other players were getting contracts, so I kind of knew myself, okay, my time is out here. But I would just I expected more respect from them, to do it in a different manner and do it in a better way, just to say, look, there's nothing here for you, or if there is something here, it's not maybe what you want, blah blah blah. Just be upfront and honest, and that's the way I am, and that's the way
you work.
I think that's the way I work, and that's the way I think you should work and be respected like that. I mean, I was there for 4 years. I was the captain. Done a lot for the club, and I'd expected more respect than I was given. But that's life. It happens. And I had been in talks with Jói.
Do you know Árni anything? Like,
no, I didn't know Árni before. I knew that Árni and Jói were good mates and working well together. Yeah, and I had spoke to Jói before when I was maybe going to leave in the window.
Yeah.
Joey asked me if I wanted if I fancied it.
Yeah.
And I said, yeah, I would be interested in speaking to him.
Yeah.
So when he obviously got promoted, it interested me a lot more. And I was speaking with the club for a month or something, maybe a little bit more, and yeah, it was a good match for me and what I wanted to do, and I think the club was going places, and I think they needed a experienced player.
Yeah, after centre half, like
after Byrgis left,
yeah,
definitely.
Yeah.
So it was a good suit and a good match for both, and I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, you're also because I was the only thing I was worried about. I'm just gonna say it to your face. It was like how old you were. I thought you were much older than you actually are.
Yeah.
But you're like the same. You're as old now as Byrgis was last year. So it isn't like very.
No, I don't know what age Byrgis is. I think we're maybe the same age.
I think he's one
year older.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're now like the same as he was last year.
Yeah,
so
I'm going to be 36 in August. Yeah. But I feel good. Like
You played every game.
I've had small little bits with my back a little bit last week, but I'm feeling okay. I'm feeling healthy, and I'm enjoying it.
And as you said, we talked about it earlier. It's like you live in Keflavík. It's the first team outside of Reykjavík. In Reykjavík that you play with. Like, is it different, or is it like better because you're coaching and you're more like in the club? You're not getting into the club more with us, or
yeah. I mean, it's good. You get to know the club better when you're coaching. Yeah. So I'm really enjoying working with the boys in Fjórðuflokkur and the kids in Fjórðuflokkur.
You're coaching with Steini
and Andre and Steppi. But we have good kids, like the kids that we're coaching are good kids, and
they're good. Yeah. I've heard good stuff about them.
I'm enjoying working with them, and we're doing well, and we're progressing. Yeah. And they take it on well, the things that we're trying to do. So that always helps. But I think most of the clubs in Iceland, maybe apart from the top 5, work in the same kind of way. They can all get better, they can all improve with different aspects. Yeah. And while I'm here, it's something I want to try and help the club do, get better in different areas. Yeah. And we're going in the right direction, I believe.
Yeah. Like with Ír, like when he joined, it was like, or now, or like in the winter or something, it's like the goal in this season is just like not getting relegated, or just like establishing the club in the league, or
I think my personal opinion or point of view is that any club that's getting promoted, first and foremost, they need to secure themselves to stay in the league. I really believe that. I don't think you can be shooting too high above, or looking at what's too high above. I think first and foremost,
be realistic.
Be realistic. Secure yourself in the league. It's a big step up. It really is. And as soon as we can do that, and if we can do that, then we have to look forward and see what else can we do. How far can we get? But I think, and I believe that the first thing we have to do is get enough points to stay in the league, and then build on that.
And with we played now six games. Like we had a fantastic winter. Like I mean, you couldn't like ask for more. You know, it's maybe not anything. It's not like much about results in the winter, but still we won 3 best of the teams, and we got some good results and performance as well, and also bad, which happens. But like after a good start, like winning Keflavík, okay, like saving a point against Grindavík, but like before the last game, which I was happy also about, like why did you think that we like lost 5-0 against Þróttur, played so bad against Leiknir, and drew a game 1-0 up with like it's you can't ask for like much winning every game, and you're always frustrated when you don't win, but like but it was not like as what we have seen. And
no, we definitely took a little dull in form, and
which happens
in the highest level, for different reasons, I think. So I'm not sure exactly why it happened for us. We should have took 3 points from Dalvik, 100%.
In the position we were in the half time.
I think we played well against Grindavík
I was frustrated.
A lot of the game, like I think
conceded one chance in the early, and then
it was a poor goal to concede. But we ended up equalising. I think if we had equalised 5 minutes before that, we'd have won the game.
Yeah, and we got the decent chance like just after that.
The Throtted game was a freak game. We weren't good enough.
I mean,
I watched the game again. In the first half, we actually play okay. Where we have chances. The one that Simon has is a unbelievable chance. If we score that, we go 1-1.
Yeah,
and if we go 1-1, I think it's a totally different game.
Yeah, I also talked to like some people. It was disaster because we lost 5-0. But some people said, and I think Arne said it after the EPF game, like we didn't play horrible football.
No.
Like it was okay, but. Yeah, I know. Also, I thought before the season, okay, we will get at least one game where we will be
But these things happen, and it's more you have to look at how the reaction is, how you kick on from that.
And it was
what
good,
do you do after?
And it was good. In my opinion, it was good against EPF.
Yeah, it's a point. They're a good team. They're going to be up there.
Yeah, and you look at the names in their teams.
Yeah, and I think it's a good point. It's a good point, and
good goal from Bry.
Yeah, good goal from Bry, which is good. It's good for his confidence. So now we need to kick on. Go again Thursday against Yarvik and see what we can do, and hopefully get 3 points, which we need.
I get you. I'll be with you in a few minutes because you have to go to practice. But like going to the grass, we had to go to the grass. I mean, I think every ER fan is. Like it was because we were talking about it. I think it was like when Arnar Hals came in, we went from the grass, and maybe that wasn't the smartest decision because there's no facilities or conditions for the fans or like even the players in the artificial grass. But like going to the grass, like how to because we hadn't been taking care of it like we should, maybe because we hadn't been playing on it at our main stadium. But how do you think? The grass is that. How do you like playing on it and like that?
I don't think football should be played on anything else.
No,
I'm maybe old school.
Hybrid.
No, grass.
But still, some clubs like in the biggest clubs have hybrids.
Yeah, but I mean, depends how much percent grass, how much percent Gervi grass. But for me, like proper football's on the grass, real football's on the grass.
You have just played on grass.
Yeah, through like I mean, obviously I've played in Gervi grass.
No, but like your main stage. Every player in Iceland have played on artificial, but like your main, like in the summer, like in July, you're not playing your home games. No,
but and for a lot of these young boys in here, they've not played in grass.
No,
so
I don't think like
they're going to be like it's going to be hard for them to adjust to it, and it's going to take them it's not just to get going.
Yeah, it's not just here. It's just like
no, but I'm just talking about this personal group.
Yeah. You worked with.
It's going to take them a few weeks to get going, get used to it, and adapting. But I think grass is the only way that you should be playing football. But I understand, of course, in a country like Iceland, you have to have Gervi grass because of the weather.
Yeah, and the conditions.
The conditions, But it's different playing on Gervi grass inside and outside. Yeah. I think it's ridiculous that Hauka are allowed to play in the top league in the country inside. Okay, if they want to play outside, fair enough. But I think it shouldn't be allowed. Yeah,
and they train outside as well, so it's even stranger. But because I have to miss you in 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 2 minutes. Yeah. Next game against, we talk about the first games in this season, but next game against Njarðvík, you want to win.
Of course.
Yeah. Is like something is special for you playing against your old club like it did in the first game and the second game against Grindavík and Keflavík, or is it like just
I mean,
and also
it's maybe not more special, but it's you have more of a
also playing at the old venue.
You have more of a what's the word I'm looking for, like you want to win more.
Yeah, you have the feeling for it.
Because of I want to win more as well a little bit because of how it ended. Yeah, I was annoyed. I felt disrespected, and you have the little bit of edge over it, maybe more than other games. But of course, I want to win every game I play. But it's just a little bit extra, if you know what I mean.
Confident?
Yeah, I'm confident, especially after the last game. Yeah, against EBVAF, we play with that's the same determination and same
just do the
character.
Thing that Fjölnir did against Njarðvík.
Yeah, it would be nice. But I definitely believe we can go there and take 3 points.
Yeah. Is it like anything else you want to say, like like to the people that are listening, like just going to the next game?
Yeah,
on Thursday. It's
Thursday. Yeah, I don't know if the weather's to be. I think the weather's to be poor, but
just better. That's just better.
Yeah, just keep backing us and keep being there and like your support is always. It doesn't. We notice it. We notice it, and it's good to play in front of fans. It's nice, and just keep positive, and we'll keep playing as hard as we can for you.
I have to, because you have to go to practice. I have to don't take some questions. I had got few questions. You just answer them by yourself later. But you're going to practice. It was nice having you. Practice now. What? It's 10 minutes to 5. Practice is 5.
5, yeah.
Yeah.
So
and practice tomorrow as well, and then just a game.
Yeah, it's a more relaxed practice tomorrow.
Yeah. Marcus, pleasure having you. Go to practice.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Cheers, Olvi.